Everyone, and thank you for coming back to Dale Chanel's 40th World, where we do the bold and the beautiful soap opera review. We're going over the one that aired today, February the 9th, 2017. Let's get right on into it. We have Brooke, or as you know, Logan's Run, and Super Snoop Katie are at Katie's house and they're talking about her life, how things going, how's Will in his new school, how's it being, how she's feeling with her new house and living by Papa Bear and this, that, and the third. Pretty much she's catching up with her little sister. And she's telling her about her trip to Milan, Italy, and how Hope is doing and how maturing she has definitely become. And she's really has taken life in Milan very seriously. And she's probably going to stay over there probably for the rest of her life. She loves it. And she has no real good reason to come back to, where they are in California. Okay. And she asks, meaning Lois Ryan asks Super Snoop Katie, is she seeing anyone, this, that, and the third? And she says she has some prospects, but she just like her life now, how simple it is, and how she has a next door neighbor who she can count on for anything. And I'm like, girl, you need a man. You need a man because the man you're trying to run up, thinking you're going to get is not going to be your man. You're going to run into some hard, not life with slut from another mother. Okay? So then we go to Slept for Another Mother is working at home with Papa Bear being by her side, and she's enjoying it, and she's doing her jewelry, and she's asking him, "Is this too much green? Is this too much blue?" Da 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 da. And then it just shows she loves spending time with Papa Bear when she's not romanticizing about Rusty Dusty. Okay. Then we go to T Dot. T Dot overseeing take charge Nicole and her little private digs, but I don't think she really got her office. I think she's in the design office where Rusty Dusty used to be. And she's doing some task that Crockpot Pam asked her to do. And while, she's trying to do her work, T-Dot over there just getting in her way. I'm like, "Ugh, it must be lovely working for a family company. You can just goof off and do whatever you want to do, and nobody's there to tell you, to get back to work or this, that, and the third." Then, while they're making small talk, and he's trying to get close to her once again, and she's letting him, okay? Instead of pushing him off to the side, telling him to go to the nearest cliff and jump off, you know what I'm saying? Or go have somebody else she's being entertained with to just show him how it feels to be on the back burner, okay? Anyway, um, Bottom page for comes in the office. She's basically screaming and looking a hot mess. She's all in dessert, which she didn't, it wasn't in her stomach. It was just all over her from little Cella Spectre and her having a little one-on-one cat fight for the whole world to see because people were having their cameras out filming it and streaming it on social media. Okay, so little Cella Spectre wanted her press. She definitely got it. Okay. And of course, Crackpot Pam is wondering why is Bottom paid for looking a hot mess. Okay, then we go to Sally. Sally's looking at footage from the cat fight with Bottom paid for. She's loving it. She's trying to see how many hits it's getting on all the social media platforms. And then, we leave that situation. Bottom paid for is telling everyone she was in a food fight with Sally Spectra. And I'm like, Sally Spectra. And she goes on to give her the 411 what she means by that. Okay, then I guess T Dot is just very interested in what is going on. He goes on to go on social media, and then there's footage everywhere. And T Dot shows Bottom paid for, someone had uploaded the entire scene from the restaurant, and they need to do damage control quick, fast, and in a hurry. Then we have Stella and her team are looking at the social media and the hits and free publicity she's getting off of bought and paid for at the restaurant scene that her and bought and paid for had the cat fight at. Then we go to uh Slept from Another Mother is talking to Eric about her anxiety about losing him. And Eric embraces her and try to make her feel comfortable, like, you're not gonna lose me, girl, you're not gonna lose me. But she is what it is. She just crazy, as crackpot Pam. And then later on she goes on to take a walk to clear her head. Cause she know what she done did with Rusty Dust is what it is. Then we leave that situation. We go to Super Snoop Katie is telling Logan's Run some of her true feelings about Papa Bear because Logan's Run feels that it's much more to it than Super Snoop is letting on about how she really feels about Papa Bear. And then Brooke knows, or Logan Runs knows, Super Snoop Katie has romantically fallen in love with Eric. Okay. Go to commercial combat. We have bought and paid for. Has figured out why Little Sally Spectra started the stuff at the restaurant for free press. Yep, that's what it was. And you bought and paid for it. And you didn't even know you was up for the game. Poor bought and paid for. She wanted negative publicity on your behind, and that's what she got. Okay. And then out of the blue, about to pay for a calls little Sally Spectra a bitch. Now, is that CEO material? I don't think so. But they finna have a field day with her. Something pretty much Bozo the Clown had warned her about a long time ago. And since Spencer Man is not in the picture anymore, he's leaving that task and that detail and that workload to take charge of Nicole. Now, I wonder what she's going to do to spin the story around. Okay, then we have Eye on Fashion are there, which are a group of reporters from a fashion magazine, spilling the tea on the latest fashions, this, that, and the other. They done ran over to little Sally Spectra's, old Sally Spectra's warehouse building, wanting to interview her. And she's loving all of it. Compliments from the fight she had with Bought and Paid For. But prior to that, we have someone called in. I'm just going to call her D because I don't know what her name was. Linda, something. She came in for um, or the reception's position that Lil Saul had told her to come in and interview for. And of course, he didn't tell nobody about it. He just told her to come in, so he might have some love interest with her or whatnot. I don't know. But pretty much, Lil Sal Spectre had shut her down. But then after Lil Saul had told her about the hookup that they're going to get with her, meaning the profit sharing, she said, okay, we might can do something with her. And then that's when the reporter said it came in and she had told her new receptionist, which she didn't outright hire, to go on and greet them in. I'm like, hell, they already at your doorstep. They don't need to do much. You motion them and they already in the building. What the hell are you talking about? They in your office, nut. But anyway, it just seems like she has gone on and hired this Miss D. Okay? Anyway, kind of made me think about Donna, or Darla is what it was, that Sally ended up hiring as her front receptionist. But it is what it is. Okay, so they're trying to fill those little spots of yesteryears, and we're buying it all hook, line, and sinker. It's refreshing to me. Very refreshing to have another uplifted, kind of dramatized storyline. Loving it, writers. Really loving it. Okay? It's kind of mixing the old with the new. I see you. I see you. Then we go for that situation. Brooks over there took her conniving ass on over next door to see Papa Bear. And, like I said, Logan Ron don't mind her business. That's why I'm glad she gonna get what she gonna get, which is a rude awakening of who her Rusty Dusty really is. Okay, but then she don't fall back to somebody else. I don't know why. The beautiful blondes or the beautiful, well-to-known, like bought and paid for, born with a silver spoon in her pocket, always land on their feet. I just don't understand that. But anyway, we go for that situation. Like I said, Logan's run her butt over to see Papa Bear, and then she goes on to say she believes her baby sister, Super Snoop Katie, is developing a crush on you. Yeah, that's what she tell Papa Bear, y'all. No, she ain't had no business dropping that kind of tea. Even though she knew it was true or not, and she had taken a little fancy to Papa Bear. She should have just left it there. Writers, y'all should have left it there too. But anyway, Slut from Another Mother overhears that whole conversation and all the information, and Logan Runs don't even know how to keep her darn mouth shut. Okay, I'm like, please get on with her storyline so she can get the biggest shock of her life. Even though she's gonna fall into another wealthy man's arms, it's just at least she won't have her destiny, and that could be a kaput deal for her. She'll be in mourning, okay? Because she's just starting too much shit too fast, and she's just getting back, okay? Anyway, now slut from another mother is going to have to verbally assault Super Snoop when she sees her again, and it's understood because Super Snoop's sister drop dime on her. Okay, we go to commercial, we come back. We have Sally is still doing her thing to embarrass bought and paid for. She's going to have fashions to buy in 1 week is what she's telling I on fashion news reporters. And bought and paid for is going to crush her. Or at least that's what she says she's going to do. But we don't know. We don't know. Okay? We don't know, y'all. Then we have what's his name? Wyatt. He's pretty much going over telling I think I jumped the gun. Y'all, I think I went too fast, too far too fast. But anyway, y'all enjoyed that scene anyway, I'm pretty sure. But we'll go how the first scene really started off, which is or in the middle part. Wyatt is talking with bought and paid for about resigning from Forrester Creations. He don't had enough. He can't see her no more. He don't took his ring off. It's almost invisible or invisible now. He done got the divorce finalized. She done moved on with her life, setting plans to get married to Bozo the Clown. And he just like, forget it. I just can't work with you no more. Then, of course, Father Lee Thomas goes by Pam there saying he has to go see his sister because she wanted to see him. And, of course, Crop by Pam try to stop him and this, that, and third. I'm like, Pam, you're not nobody's watchdog. My Lord, all of y'all family. I don't even see why y'all have human resources in there and all this thing about sexual harassment because y'all all family. I'm like, ugh, if it has to be in place, so be it. But you know, y'all gonna be touchy feely on all each other, and y'all will not follow the rules of normal protocol. You are run an office structure. It just is what it is. Then we got CJ is over there seeing dollar bill. Dollar bill is wondering why he can't get his hands on that property where he can demolish it, and I don't know what he's trying to make, maybe parking lots or something. Who knows? But CJ is over talking with Dollar Bill. That was his person who's gonna buy the property out from under him so he can start worrying about that eyesore of a building, which is very good memories from him, but other people are just knowing it as the knockoff fashion house that Sally Spectre used to run. Okay? So he's pretty much saying he can't give him the place right now, at least not until 6 months, because his crazy cousin, Sally Spectre, and of course, Dollar Bill's like, who are you talking about? She don't come back in town. And he's giving him the whole logistics of their family legacy, and how it goes on, and he's buying into it. He said, okay, okay, whatever. But he's blown away that somebody will want to come back and revive Sally Spectre's fashion house. Oh, but he tells CJ, look, I don't like to not win, and I definitely don't like to be lied to and not winning a second time. So you better make sure this stuff goes up in flames because I still want my property. So instead of CJ just telling him, look, it's not for sale, we're going to do what we're going to do. And then if I end up going bankrupt with this idea, then you can have it. But he's still giving or leaving Bill with the impression that it's going to be a flop before 6 months, and then Bill can have his property, which that's wrong with CJ. But anyway, that's another here. There we leave from there. We have new Saul is complaining like old Saul about not having the proper equipment to make his dresses. Okay, and of course, a little satisfaction say, do what you got to do. It is what it is. We ain't got no money for that, and keep it moving. And then he's looking stupid. Like, what am I gonna do? I don't really have one machine. Like, make it do what it do, okay? So then we have Bill, Dollar Bill is looking at a press conference that um Sally Spectre did, and he's saying this is a joke. But he gives CJ and his cousin 6 months, then he wants his building. Then we have Sally's talking about seeing bottom paid for everywhere, and she's tired of her. She needs to get her in a position where she can use her and get some type of publicity, whether it's good or bad. She don't care. Then we have Spencer Man says Tate Charles Nicole can handle her PR relationship. She's good, but he can't be there with bottom paid for anymore. So he pretty much told her, look, I'm resigning. I'm just totally resigning. Then about Father Leader Thomas is finally in seeing bottom paid for, and he's still not liking what bottom paid for is talking about. Bottom paid for is wanting to have lunch with her brother, which is Father Leader Thomas. And first he don't want to do it, and he's okay, what the hell, we're going to have lunch. So they call themselves eating at El DeJarno or De Janeiro or someplace. And we have Spencer Man is over there seeing his dad about a job. And of course, Dollar Bill is not surprised, not at all. Then we have Sally is giving a speech again to Little Saul. and her grandma. She also finds out that Bottom paid for and Father Leader Thomas are going to be having lunch at El DeJourno. And she books lunch for the three of them, but she has her grandmama to call over there and book the outside patio for lunch. But they ain't eating there. They just going over there to spy and see if she can start some shit is what she's really trying to do. And then they call themselves going heading on over there to the restaurant to kind of either beat them there or basically see where they can fit in. Okay, we go to commercial, come back. We got small talk. It's being had. Lunch is being had. Ain't nobody eating nothing, but they have a plate set with light salad type food eatery between Bottom Paid For and Father Leader Thomas. When the three Spectra crew show up on deck, okay, and of course Sally's like, why they got to have the best seat in the house? Why is everybody looking at her and she's just making like she don't see anybody looking at her the world is her oyster and everybody else just have to look at her but don't touch. You know what I'm saying? Like in a fishbowl, just enjoy the scene, but you're not a part of the atmosphere. Okay. So that's what she's trying to make everybody else or her crew believes that Bottom Paid For is just that vain about herself and her life. Then we have this man is telling Dollar Bill he had to resign because he from fast forestry careers because he can't be around Bottom Paid For. And of course, Dollar Bill is welcoming his son back into the fold with opening arms. Dollar Bill tells Spencer Man, you made uh, Bottom pay for who she is. You struck gold for her on social media. And she's going to always remember you for it, and you were a better man for it as well. Then Sally's trying to get exposure from Bottom Paid For. She goes and insert herself into Thomas's and Bottom Paid For's lunch. Pretty much Steffi Bottom Paid For tries to get rid of her because she don't want to be bothered with her and this, that, and that after she finds out who she is. But then, okay, old girl, little satisfaction starts uh, putting dessert on her outfit. You know, saying she's sorry, but that's just to get um, Bottom Paid For up and on so she can go do some do work with her. But you know, Bottom Paid For didn't know what she was really trying to do until they got into it. And then that's when all the shit hits the fan. And they just start fighting with food. They not food, but dessert. They start having a cat fight. They start saying this, that, and the third. They was tearing it up over there, guys. Totally tearing it up, and it was fun as hell. Even not Bottom Paid For, but Thomas Father Leader, he had a little kiki and jokes to go along with that. And then crazy ass Bottom Paid For gonna say, you tried to set me up. Did you set this up because you were mad at? I'm like, she jumping from one extreme to the next. They had nothing to do with Father Leader Thomas. And if Father Leader Thomas wanted to walk after his sister said that mess, accusing him of something negative and underhanded as that, I would resign too, just like Spencer Man, and told her deuces, and I would have went on and tried to start my own fashion house, or at least collaborate with Spectral Fashions. You know what I'm saying? To cut down some of the overhead. But it is what it is. Don't know what the writers intend to do with this, what they've gotten us into, but it is what it is. Then we go where Papa Bear don't believe that what Logan's Run is saying about Katie having a crush on him. And I'm like, yep, Super Snoop does. And pretty sooner rather than later, Slut from Another Mother's gonna shut that shit down. Okay. Then we have Logan Ron is trying to say bottom pay not trying to say that Super Snoop Katie could be his option. I'm like, really, Logan's Ron? Really? What the hell is wrong with you, Logan's Ron, telling Papa Bear all that negative infidelity type of information? Did you forget that Papa Bear is married to Slut from Another Mother? Okay, did you forget that while you trying to throw him options that if it doesn't work out with his current wife, which nobody likes, Super Snoop Katie would be a valuable resource for him to try to have a relationship with. I'm like, is that what we're doing now? Oh, I hope both of your worlds collide. I hope Dollar Bill don't want you no more. And I really hope the rest of Dusty just tear your heart all the way out because you're doing too much. You don't pass the barrier line. You don't went over and sat and had a seat. okay, and ordering lunch and dinner. Okay, that ain't right. That ain't right, Logan's Run. Know your place, know your role, and follow through. But anyway, um, Slut from Another Mother starts to rethink about what she had told Super Snoop in the past and how her talk about what they had discussed in the past when it came to her calling before she comes over to see anybody in her house now. And she kind of believed that Super Snoop was on the up and up, but what Logan's Run is telling her husband, all gloves are off. She finna come back in swinging, and she should first swing on Logan's Run and put her to rest, and then go looking for Super Snoop Katie. I tell you, Logan's Run is such a troublemaker, and Papa Bear sees her out. She looks for her keys in her purse, and then we have none other than Slut from Another Mother walks up and startles Logan's Run, and she tells Logan's Run to tell her sister Super Snoop she will be watching her. And Logan Run is looking so scared. I'm like, yeah, you should be very, very scared. Okay, which she should because we already done saw what Quinn, Slut from Another Mother, has fantasized doing to Super Snoop Katie if she ever caught her on the wrong side of the fence. All right. But y'all, that was the bold and the beautiful for February the 9th, Thursday. It took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but it was good. It was good viewing today. I kind of like what Spencer Man was doing over there, trying to get his job back with his dad, which I don't even know why he felt he needed to go through all of that, you know, because it's just crazy crazy, and his father really wanted him there, and he just should have just stuck with that and just knew his dad was going to open him up with what Welcome Arms because he's been a trooper, he's been a man through this whole situation. I'm glad the writers put him in that situation in that light where viewers of the show can see that. So he does deserve somebody. Very, very excellent for him. And of course, Sally has gotten the exposure off social media she wants to have. The numbers are going to be calculating and tallying up to bring her the most needed press exposure for her new line she's going to bring out, which I don't know. She's talking about one dress for all sizes of her models. I don't understand that concept, but maybe she got it going on. She'll bring it to fruition where we can quietly understand it. But she's a little bit more confusing than Sally Spectral was. But the writers just threw this storyline in here, so I am definitely trying to keep up with it and see where they going with it, so I can really get into them if I need to. But y'all, that was the bold and the beautiful. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night.